Summary of the activities of the Minister of Foreign Affairs trip to Portugal. A delegation from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, International Cooperation and Francophonie, led by its minister, Pastor Michel Onobile, traveled last week to Portugal. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, International Cooperation and Francophonie, Pastor Michel Onobile, led the equatorial Guinean delegation that traveled last week to Lisbon with the objective of expanding the cooperation between the two countries, particularly in the sectors of health, tourism, energy and education. During his stay in the Portuguese capital, the equatorial Guinean diplomat held a meeting with his Portuguese counterpart, Luís Amado, and also with the representatives of the community of Portuguese-speaking countries. Another issue on the equatorial Guinean diplomat's agenda during his stay in Lisbon was to elaborate an action plan and search for strategies for the definitive joining of Equatorial Guinea the community of Portuguese-speaking countries. For this purpose, the minister spoke with the directors of this institution, led by the Executive Secretary, Domingos Simões Pereira, and the Director General, Helder Vaz Lopes. In these conversations with the representatives of the CPSC, they evaluated the policy of the Equatorial Guinean government and its intention to join different regional and sub-regional organizations, and showed their availability to speed up the procedures for Equatorial Guinea to join this institution, as was stated by sources of the same institution. Michel Onobile, in a speech, also mentioned this institution and said that his visit to Portugal also had as an objective to monitor the recommendations of the last Assembly of the Heads of State Conference of the CPSC, which took place last July in Luanda, Angola. In this conference they elaborated a program to begin the integration process of Equatorial Guinea, since it is expected that in the next summit in Mozambique the country will already be a member of this linguistic community. Because of this, the minister explained, the government has introduced Portuguese into our country's education system, since we have signed an agreement with Brazil for the creation of a cultural center in Malabo and another in Bata. The minister also commented that his government has requested scholarships for Equatorial Guinean students in different countries of the CPSC, which will contribute in disseminating the Portuguese language in Equatorial Guinea.